Hello YouTube, my name is Lee and this is Prepare for the Worst. So in my last video, I mentioned that I keep 4 bags in my car plus extra gear and my EDC. So I only did the video on the 1 bag, my main pack. Today we're getting into the other bags. So let's start with what I keep on me. You may have noticed from the other video, there's other things that were not in that bag that really should be because they're in other bags. So I'll explain that one in a minute. So let's start with what I keep on me and then we'll go to the other bags. There are some things that I don't want on my channel at the moment, so I won't be showing any of that. But I will show you everything else. So let's get started. Obviously, my keys. You don't need to see those. First, open L pocket saw. I keep another saw, but it's good to have something on hand immediately. If you have to drop your main bag, these are the things that you want on you. It's a small piece of paracord. Not able to do a lot with it, but it's helpful. Pick lighter. Your first way of making a fire should always be a lighter. Don't try a ferro rod or flint and steel until after you try the lighter. You should always start with the lighter. Quick and easy. So, Olight, it's a mini baton. I'm a big fan of flashlights. So, a Gerber, not sure the name on that one, but I got it on clearance. It was like $13, so it works for me. Carry a Leatherman Wave Plus. Another Bugout flashlight. One thing I probably never need, handcuff key. I don't even know why I carry it. I'm not a law enforcement, but I think it's something doesn't take up any room. Just keep it on me just in case. Never know whose bedroom you end up in. Just kidding. Bits for my Leatherman Wave. Of course, my wallet. Now I wear reading glasses. So these are just a small folding pair of reading glasses. Not the best things in the world, but if I gotta ditch my car and I forget my readers, I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. So, that is it for the pockets. Have a G-Shock Rangeman. Great watch. I love this thing. My hat, of course. So it folds down, gives a little more sun protection. If you're walking in the middle of the day, that sun's going to eat you apart. A little bit of sun protection. Also, if you saw my other video, I have a bug net to cover my face. So that bug net will go over the hat and keep it off of my face. Because if that net hits your face, the bugs can still get through it. So on to the next bag. Now, here, like I said, there's things that aren't in my main pack that should be, because they're here. Emergency, the very first thing I want is this. So this is a chest rig, and that'll go straight on me. I'm not going anywhere without it. Because if I don't have my main bag, this has the bare essentials that I would need. You've seen other YouTube channels that make packs like this for, you know, carrying around or whatever. But I keep this one specifically even when I have my main bag. So let's take a look, see what we have. Starting on the outside, another Olight. It's pink, but it was free. Again, some of the deals that they have great flashlights. Told you in my other video, I hardly ever pay full price for anything. Now here, I have a Hydro Pack bag, a water bag, that the cap has an adapter port, so you can put something like that in it, and I can hang it from a tree or from a bag or whatever, press the button and water will flow straight through it. Here, we have another adapter, so I can attach my Sawyer water filter onto here and fill it with clean water. Dumping things off in the table. Water is your most important asset. You don't have water, you die. So that is always my main priority. Fire is important, light is important, cutlery important, but water, you're gonna die if you don't have it. I don't want that. So here, I have a mirror. Good for signaling, but it's also good for checking yourself for injuries or ticks, you know, places that you can't see. Also, good to make sure that you're looking pretty. God knows I am. Well, you can find these all over the place. This one I got from Goodwill, and it happens to say, "Be still and know." It's from Psalms. Good thing to remember. Be still and know, I am your God. So, little right in the rain. You can always jot down your trajectory, the path that you're taking. Your right in the rain pen. Like I said in the other video, I keep Grimlocks all over the place. I even keep them on my keychain. Good for attaching random things, you know, you need a quick attachment. They're not very sturdy, but they will hold, you know, smaller items. So, in the main pocket, the thing I like about this pack is it has a shock cord adjustment that allows you to open it all the way, or if you don't want it flopping all the way down and dropping your stuff while you're walking, you can tension it and it holds everything right up to you. So we have my Sawyer water filter, again with a screen on the bottom. I keep Ranger bands all over it, keep Ranger bands everywhere. They're just a good thing to have on you. With the Sawyer squeeze, I have a Knock water bag. You want to keep things as simple as possible. So instead of trying to fill a small water bag, this opens. You have a wide mouth, like my X, and you just dip that straight into the water, fill it up, and get away from the water as fast as you can. This is Florida, and them gators will eat you. Then you attach your Sawyer to the bottom here, and again I have the tube to fit my Hydro Pack. So it'll go from here into the filter, into the Hydro Pack, and then I can drink clean water from the Hydro Pack. This is for cleaning. Again, water is important. You want your filter to stay clean and viable. So instead of using the little plunger that they come with, you can attach this. Well, maybe not this one because it's going to be dirty water. So I'll be using this one with clean water and forcing it back through. I also have other water bags in my other carries. See that one in a minute. So now we have ThyroSafe. This is to block irradiated ions from getting into your thyroid. Almost guarantee if we're getting hit with nukes, you're not going to survive the first hit anyway. But if by some odd chance of fate, something happens, we get into that war, and of course, nukes hit, not close enough to me to kill me with the blast. I don't want to be the one person without a way to protect myself. So that irradiated iodine is going to come down, flood your system, and kill you, destroys you. This fills your thyroid with good iodine and prevents the irradiated iodine from entering. Never need it, but I'd rather have it. Piece of paracord, just in case. This is Kydex, or not Kydex, Kevlar, I'm sorry. Kevlar string. They are, this one too. So I think this is 300 pound and this is 100, I think. That might be 200. Anyway, so I keep this for sewing, you know, tarp, bags, whatever. Well, I need to keep I'm not going to be able to get new gear, so I need to keep it going. So I keep that for sewing, you know, if I need a good strong hold, and this for whatever other repairs I might need to do. Another Bic. Again, I've got Ranger bands on everything. The headlamp that you didn't see in my main bag. So this is a Petzl. I like it because it has a lock. So you hold the button down and it locks. And it goes straight to whatever your last setting was, which for me is red light. But it also has green light, blue light, and your main white light. And it's extremely bright. So I have a rechargeable battery, a core rechargeable, but I also keep extra sets of batteries. I want to see where I'm going. Now, Wizzy wipes. You got to go to the bathroom, put a little bit of water on these. They expand into a sheet. Sharpie, a Write in the Rain pen. Writing's not the most necessary thing in the world, but compass. So you find your direction. Which way am I heading? Mark it down. Anytime you change course, you want to mark it down. Keep track of your pace so that you know which way you're going, where you're going, so you can go back if you need to. So we have some UCO matches, just basic waterproof matches. I don't know about you, but I get migraines, and if you are out walking, you get dehydrated. It's a good way to start a migraine. So I keep acetaminophen and ibuprofen. I have a bit of wire, snare wire. Again, this is for, you know, worst case scenario. This is all I've got left. I've got to find food. You know. Again, you always want to start with a Bic, but backup plan to the backup plan. Worst case scenario, you want to have a ferro rod. You want to have that other method. Whistle. Those clearance at Walmart were loud as hell. I was actually very surprised. I think I paid like $1 for the dang thing. It's extremely loud. So bandana. Of course, you know, you can cover your face if you need to. But it's also good for pre-filtering your water or carrying twigs or sticks, you know, kindling, whatever. The same thing with the shamog. As I said in my other video, I keep these things all over the place. So keep this one with me. I don't want to be out without it. Here on the back of this, it has a compartment for your CCW. Obviously that's empty. But if you have a backpack on, straps around your waist you can't carry, this way you have something available you can, you know, get to easily enough if you choose to carry. And that is all for this bag. So this is a Helicon Tex haversack bag. So as well as the chest pack, this is one of the first things that I'm going to grab. So I want that on my chest, my pack on my back, and this over my side. My main things that I want. So let's see what we've got in here. So we'll start with the outside, work our way in. So here, rim locks, of course, and another flashlight, carabiner, rim locks, now here we have small charging cable. We have platypus water bag, piece of paracord, we have another ferro rod, so cheap UCO, it works. Again, you want to start with a Bic, but you want to have backups, backup plan to your backup plan. Battery backup. We don't know what we're going to end up with. It could be an EMP. If it's an EMP, everything is dead, toss that because it's heavy. But if things are still working, you want a way to charge them. It's a small cable kit. So it has a small cable with double USB-C. It has a standard USB attachment, the lightning cable for iPhones, and a micro USB. So whatever you need to charge, you've got all your little bits right there. Now for the inside. So first thing we have is a titanium grill geopress. I have, of course, the Sawyer squeeze, but this actually purifies the water. It gets rid of viruses and all of that. It does a lot more than what the Sawyer is going to do, and it's a lot easier to deal with because you scoop up your water up to the fill line, loosen your cap, press it down. Slow and steady, and that will force the water up through the filter and into your container. Quick and simple. Now you have clean drinking water. So you don't have to stop while you're running and fill up your little bags and all of that. It's just a real quick go. Only downside, these filters only work for somewhere around 50 or 60 gallons. The Sawyer Squeeze is, I think, 100,000. So this would be limited. Use this only when you have to. Use the Sawyer when you can. Worst case scenario, you have a titanium pot that you can put straight in the fire. You can boil your water or cook your food, whatever you want to do with that. It's always about the backup plans. Now, a little bit of nutrients is important. These are, of course, squished, but edible. Cliff Bars. I prefer the peanut butter banana. I just keep a few of those on me. When you head out, you want to have something put into your body to keep going. You don't want to collapse while you're on the run. More acetaminophen. Another pair of readers. These just kind of clip to your nose, maybe. Again, they're not great. They're not perfect, but you'll be able to see what you're doing. The Dude Wipe, keep your butt clean. That's it for there. So here, it's a chem light case. So you can crack your chem light, put it in here, and if you don't want light, you close it and it blocks everything out. You do want light, you open it, and you can see what you're working with. Or you can reduce the amount of light that's going through it. Those of you in the military should know what that is. It's a standard pen. The charging cable for my O-light. The Allen key for some of my other things. And here I have a mix of a bunch of tool bits. It's heavy, but it's good to have a way to fix things. So there's a handle for a little ratchet. Of course, a little bit of electric tape, a folding card knife. Now, this is a little ratchet, comes from Craftsman, and you can put a driver right into there, and I use it on my car all the time, so it does work pretty well. Not big jobs or anything, but it does work. And a whole bunch of nut drivers and different size bits. Anything that you need to fix, there's a bit for it. See if we got anything else in here. I do believe that's it for this one. I knew there was something else. So it also has a pocket at the back, and I'm missing a flashlight. another Olight. So in here I have a sniper's veil. There. And that's everything. So get this out of your way and show you the other bag. Okay, on to the last bag. So this is a 511 Rush 2.0 72-hour bag. The bag itself is a bit heavy, but extremely durable. So here I keep a emergency blanket. This is a military style. It's actually a military surplus item. I have a fishing kit. I'll open that up for you here in a minute and get through the rest of this first. And here, this is a CCW pouch. I don't like the idea of keeping something in there, but I do keep tuna. A little bit of nutrients. Just something quick to eat. No prep, nothing, just open it, stick a spoon in it, and eat. Just want to get some protein on the run. Now, here we have more tools. We have another small ratchet for the driver. Of course, one of those would get pitched to the side if something happened. We have a small pair of pliers. Mostly I use these tools for working on my car if I'm out driving. You just gotta have a small toolkit that'll get you where you're going, and that's really all that's for. A small Sea to Summit mug. Give you something to drink. I make a container of chicken bouillon. I can put some in here and give it to somebody else so that they have a little pick-me-up, a little bit of electrolytes, without, of course, dirtying my water bottles. So here I try to keep a little bit of extra gear. Not really enough to sustain you, but if you grab this bag, it has a little bit of stuff in it. Paracord. Here we have a flint striker and some ammonium AD. And just a little fingernail clippers. Not the main concern, but got to keep yourself looking pretty while you're out. That's it for here. I'm try to get through this a little bit quicker. I still have that fishing bag. And I gotta get to work. The top here, like I said, I try to keep a little bit of something that you can survive with. So you have the water bags in here. You can screw this straight to the top of one of those bags and drink straight from that. A small USB cord, emergency blanket, and a small sewing kit. So this is upholstery thread. It's a little bit stronger than your normal thread. So if I'm repairing a backpack or anything like that, I have my Kevlar, but we also have a little bit of upholstery thread. I have needles, all the little small ones. with wingspans, of course. And that's it for that bucket. Now, for the main pocket. Well, before we hit the main pocket, let's start with these side pockets. Get that out of the way. So, a clean canteen. Instead, just a little bit of extra for, you know, trade it with somebody or give it to my passenger or whatever. So this is a single wall and clean canteen. So you can boil water in it if you need to. So we have Sawyer bits and pieces. Sawyer finger that everybody loves to hate. And a Sawyer squeeze. Again, water is your key. That's the main thing that's going to keep you alive. You want extras. So, you see I've got a lot of water filtration that I keep with me. There's a lot of different types. They all kind of work together. I don't ever want to have to make a water filter. It is an option, but you shouldn't have to. Here, it's one of those things that I use in the back of my car, but I would probably end up leaving behind. This is just a windscreen for when I'm making coffee or whatever. Just blocks the wind from terrorizing my stove. Now, here, I'll tell you, the original Life Straw, I would not recommend you carry. It is a last resort, it's better than nothing item. If you are buying something to keep you alive, you don't want it to be, it's better than nothing. You want it to be the best that you can get. With those, you actually have to put your face down to the water. You have to, you know, find your source, go straight down into the water and drink straight from that. You gotta lay down on the ground and put your face into the lake or a pond or a mud puddle. Drink what you want and go. Or you fill up a container and drink from that. With this, it has a threaded bottom, just like a Sawyer Mini or Sawyer Squeeze. So you can attach that straight onto one of your bags and drink, you know, fill the bag up with water and drink through that. You also can put it down into the source if you want to or whatever. But it does have the option to put it on a bag. You can also filter it through the bag into another bag, like a Squeeze or a Mini. So this is the Sawyer Peak Series Life Straw. Much better than the normal original Life Straw. Alright, now for the main pack. Now, here, I'm going to flip that over. I'll drop it off the table. We have this is a face mask. It's supposed to be an N95. But just for smoke, for dust, things like that. You want to protect your lungs. A pair of sunglasses. They don't have to be Oakleys, of course. This is one of those things that I got from Goodwill. So I think it was like $3 or $4 for a $100 pair of sunglasses. Keep your eyes open. You don't have to pay a lot of money for Goodwill. But it's good to have a pair of sunglasses. You're out walking in the middle of the day, you wish you had a pair of sunglasses. So here, along with the sunglasses, these are goggles. They're military style goggles. These I actually bought when I had a little bit of extra money. Spent more than I should have on a pair of goggles. I mean, I think it was like $75 or something like that. But these are protect your face, keep the dust out, keep everything out. They can be used with a helmet, of course. But I'm poor and I don't have a helmet. Also comes with different lenses, so for nighttime and clear view, and these are smoked for sun. More than likely won't need it, that's why it's in this bag and not my main bag. If I can't get this one, I'm not going to cry that I don't have it. Now, pair of knee pads, another thing would like to have with me, but I'm not going to cry about it. But these are supposed to be military grade. Of course, if you are military, you know that military grade is not necessarily a good thing. But these are supposed to be some of the good ones. These are made by Atla. Is it Alta or Atla? Yeah, Alta. They're supposed to be pretty good, but if you're out walking, you end up having to kneel down all the time, trying to, personally, I'm out of shape, so I'm going to be carrying all this weight on me. I'm going to kneel down at some point, and I want something to cover my knees so I'm not damaging myself along the way. AA batteries. I don't have a lot that requires AA, mostly a couple of my O-lights. That's why I keep that in here and not in my main packs. But they are good to have on me. A shovel. Another thing, if I can't keep it, I'm not going to cry about it. But just a Gerber folding shovel. It's not the big E-tool, but it gives you just enough to dig your hole. It has a strike plate on the back. So you can hit it if you need to. Again, I'm not gonna cry if I can't carry it. Leave it behind, fine. But if I do need it, I would rather have it with me. So I have another GeoPress. This is just a standard, not the titanium version, but it is a GeoPress. So in like the other one that I carry and this one, I keep a bandana with a couple Ranger bands, so I can, when I fill this with water, well, before I do, I can put this over the top of it, put a Ranger band on it to hold it in place, and dip that into the water source, and that'll keep the some of the fine sediment and debris from getting into the water. Kind of saves your filter. So I keep that in both of my grails. And water is your main source of life, so you want to take care of your filters. Keep them running as long as you can. Now, I think this is the last thing for here. You have a 3-gallon water bag. It's water, you need it. So if you're at camp, you just kick back relaxing, you don't want to keep having to go back to the water source. So you clean yourself some water, put it in there, you got everything you need. So that, we have one at the top, and it is just a little magnifying glass. So you can use that, of course, for, seeing, I'm not going to say small things. Got, splinter or whatever. Just a good thing to have. If you have to start a fire with that, you're in bad shape, considering everything else I carry, but you have it. So I'll clean this up and I'll open up my fishing kit. Okay, so this is my fishing kit. Again, I'm always in my car, so I keep a little bit extra in case I want to stop somewhere and go fishing while I'm waiting for jobs to come in or something. So not everything in here would be necessarily kept with me if shit hits the fan, but it is some stuff that I would want to have with me. So, like with everything else, most of what I have was either secondhand from thrift stores or on clearance. So this is the same. Everything, most of it was on clearance. So we have cut bait. So you don't want to be, out looking for, live bait, worms, things like that, bugs. I just want to be able to cut off a piece, put it on my hook, send it out there. I caught a large catfish on a Mike and Ike. So having this, I think, is better than nothing. I keep a few different types of worms. Again, everything was clearance, so this is just some stuff that, hopefully gives you a better chance of catching something, so you have something to eat. Doesn't have to be, the biggest, world record fish, but I don't want to be frying up minnows just to have something to eat. I want to catch something, substantial. Lighter, got them everywhere. A little bit of bank line, so if I'm, fishing, I can set up a passive style of fishing. It's kind of a trap. If you check out Survival Lily, she's got some great ideas. One of which is fishing, a trap for fishing. So you let the tree branch pull, set the hook so that you don't have to be there. So little jigs, little things, leaders, a little bit of extra fishing line. That would of course go with the bank line to set up your traps. These are just some lures. Got some rooster tails and divers, things like that. Just give you a little bit of some. You should be using a longer, sturdy rod for these. I don't have all that. I'm not carrying a 7-foot rod to fish with, or a bait caster. You're supposed to use a bait caster, but I got what I've got, and that's better than hunting for worms before I can go fishing. Of course, just a quick little kit. Weights, bullet weights, little grubs, different style of hooks. I think I've even have some treble hooks to repair my lures if I need to. Of course, got to have the bobbers. If I do come up with some worms, or if I'm using the cut bait and throw a bobber on it, I don't want to have to find a dead piece of branch and cut a piece off, which you can do, but I would rather just throw a bobber on it, toss it out there. And my rod and reel is actually, it's very collapsible. Not sure how strong or sturdy it's going to be. I will test that in another video. Like I said, I'm going to do some reviews. It's an older rod. It's nothing. It's not modern or anything. It's kind of old. I don't even know if they make these anymore. So you have a full-size rod with a reel. It's not a bait caster, but you have an actual rod and reel. Better than making a cane pole. Like I said, it's a lot to carry. A lot of it I'll end up pitching to the side if I have to. But you gotta have food. You can't rely on the Mountain House meals. They'll get you by for a little while, but I would rather stop at a lake, catch a fish, cook it up, and eat that, and save the Mountain House for when I can't catch something. So that's everything. Next video will be what's in my car and how I keep everything. Like I said, I do Uber and Lyft, so I have to kind of keep things packed away a certain way. So I'll show you all of that, show you what's in my tire well and all that. So be on the next video. Thank you for watching. This is a new channel, so I would appreciate any likes and subscriptions. Hopefully I will see you on the next one. Y'all have a good day.